Hi everyone, today I thought we'd make a card with a little bit of a difference. It's going to be nearly all white and there's a little bit of paper quilling in it. I'm going to start off with a blank card which is 8 by 8 inches in size. I've made a few flowers for the card and these are handmade paper roses. I'll go through everything else as we use it. So I'm going to start with the card. And I'm not going to put a mat or layer on it. It's a really straightforward card and great for beginners as well. So the first thing that I've cut out is from a label die cut, is a fancy label. I'm going to be positioning this to one side of the card and I've already put double-sided 3D foam on the back. So I shall just remove the back of the foam and attach it to my card. So I'm going to place it roughly about there. So for the other side, I've die cut one of the labels in another size and I've stamped it with a sentiment that says the most special thing about this card is the person holding it. And I thought that was a really nice sentiment and quite appropriate for this card. So I'm literally taking the foam pad back off. I've put a double layer on this side because I want it a little bit more raised, and I'm just going to position that at the other side of where we've just put the label. So the next thing I've got are two die cut branches, again in white card, and I'm just going to stick the two branches onto one side of the larger label, like so. Don't have to be really neat. Put the glue in the middle and put the branches over the top so they cross like that. I just want them hanging over the edge a little bit. So next I've got 3 paper roses that I've already made. These were made using from a punch, where I punched out 3 of the roses, cut into them. There's actually a tutorial already about how to make paper roses. So I'm going to stick these in the middle using silicone glue, and I'm going to position them together like so, just over the branches. There we go. Now I'm using silicone so that I can squish them together, and I've got a little bit of movement on them so that I can position them together like so. Next, what I've done is I've actually paper quilled some leaves like so. Now these were simply using the paper quilling tool. Wrap it round and round in a circle from the paper quilled strip, and then once it was in a circle I pinched it at one side and glued it at the end. I'm sure in another tutorial as we go along I'll be showing you how to use these. However, if you haven't got a paper quilling tool, you can still cut the paper to a quarter of an inch, wrap it round and round and round your pokey tool or something sharp, and then do the same. Let it go slack a little bit, pinch it and glue it at the other end. So what I've done is I've got the leaves to add to the card, and I've got 6 leaves. Sorry, I've got 8 leaves. I can't count, can I? So I'm just literally going to add a little bit of glue in random places at the side of our roses, and I'm going to pop the leaves onto the glue like so. The glue will dry clear, and I'm putting the leaves with the main circle part over the glue so they've got a space that will attach to it, so you won't see it when they dry. And then you can add as many or as few as you like. I'm going to add a few more. Now this is why I wasn't too worried about sticking the branches down at the beginning, because I knew the extra glue that we were going to use for the leaves would attach those. So we'll just add those two like so, and then the last two like that. This card really is a quick and simple card, but yet still very effective. So the last thing that I've got for the card are 2 half scrolls that I've made. Again, using the paper quilling tool, I've folded a strip in half and quilled it half to the centre and then turned it round and done it half the other way. No glue or anything, it stayed in shape. So now what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of glue to the back of the swirl, and I'm going to pop one on the top of the sentiment and one at the base of the sentiment like so. There we go, just put it in place. And that is our card finished. Now, if you're a beginner, I mean, I think it looks fantastic as it is. If you're a beginner, that's great. If you're advanced, you might want to use mat and layers underneath it to make it stand out even more. However, I think for a card with impact, that looks fantastic. And I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.